putting this yearbook together. Remarkably, Eunice Pop-Lindar is responsible beyond belief. She worked well over 3 years in preparing this Centennial book. Once you get to look at the book, you'll get an idea for assembling the book and assembling all the information. And my dear brother Fred, from the class of 1952, was responsible for designing the cover of the Centennial yearbook. So take a bow. It's done in beautiful stock and a nice cover, and it's for sale, by the way. The committee is selling them for the benefit of St. Mary's School, of course. And I want to talk about that for just a minute. St. Mary's School, you know, has been here 100 years, as we all know. And up until 1947, as many of you know, it was a public school. It was supported by public funds. Since 1947, when the state decided that private education should not be supported anymore, it has been, and that's now 40 years, it has been supported by the members of the community, the members of St. Mary's Church, and all the hard workers who put on all those shows and all those raffles and all those annual homecoming dinners and all of that thing have supported that school solely on private funds for 40 years. And I think you all deserve a hand for each other. It's amazing. I also want to mention, too, by way of not forgetting a few things here, St. Mary's towns such as Gaylord, Traverse City, and I understand, Father, that Manistee might be thinking of closing. Is that right? So we will be down to 1 of 3 very quickly. Maybe Manistee's closing this year, I'm not sure. But in any case, we will be 1 of 3, 1 through 12, and this coming fall, K through 12, by the way, Catholic schools in the whole Diocese of Gaylord, which is really a remarkable story because we just have a very small community to support it, and you're all doing a great job, and all your friends and relatives and neighbors are just doing a great job. We also want to talk about the quilt, the memory quilt, that's on display over here, which was donated, believe it or not, solely and produced and donated by Linda Duchesne Herman. And that's going to be raffled at 10 o'clock on Saturday night after the festivities. Dorothy Lang, Gene Petrosky, by far the largest percentage of any class that we could figure.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, through the years, all of us have lots and lots and lots of memories of going to St. Mary's School. Some of them are happy, some of them a little sad, some of them even a little bit scary. And tonight, we'd like to talk to some of you about some of your memories, and we'd like to relive for you some of those memories. So let me come down in the audience so I can interview a couple of you people. I see Elaine. Elaine, would you introduce yourself?
My name is Elaine Duchesne Charnowski.
And what grade did you graduate?
1963.
All right, let's hear it for class of 63.
Carol Bauer Pop in 1956.
Okay, Carol, do you have lots of memories of you going to St. Mary?
Oh yeah,
Good.
really wonderful memories.
Good, good. Let's hear it for that class. Who else? Right here. Oh.
Sister Karen Thorson. I graduated in 38.
Well, welcome, sister.
And my classmate, Sister Eileen, was over there, too.
Good, all right. Let's hear it for 38. I hope I don't get this cord tangled. We got to get over here on this side of the room a little bit. Okay, we got to have some hands up. The lights are in my eyes. Who else we got here? Where's Washington? All right.
Barbara Lammy Lyon, 48.
All right, Barbara, welcome.
Yeah, I'd like to know.
Okay, anybody from 48? See Barbara tonight. Barbara, do you have lots of memories?
I wouldn't be here if I didn't have.
All right. Well, we're going to relive some memories from you tonight. And can I have your name?
Marcia Bonnet Mead,
And Marcia, what year did you graduate?
1961, down here.
All right. Well, Marcia Bonnet Mead, tonight for you and for all the alumni and friends at St. Mary's, we have a special treat for you. Because tonight, Marcia, This was your life at Lake Walnut St. Mary's. I'd like you to join me on stage. Marcia, we have to be careful so we don't trip over this cord. Yeah, let's hear it for 61. Marcia, I'd like you to have a chair with me up here. Okay. Well, Marcia, what do you remember about first going to St. Mary's?
The very first, I guess, fear of being a young child going into school for the first time.
A little bit scared?
Right, yeah.
Okay. Well, Marcia, let's think back, and we're going to relive what it was like that first day at going to St. Mary's. Does that remind you of something?
I don't think it was quite that frightening. But when that little boy started school, that's how he started.
Do you recognize that little boy?
Recognize him.
And was he a little scared when he went to school?
Yeah, well, he got to the street and he says, "You can turn around and go home now, Mom. I can do it on my own."
Okay. Well, Marcia, what do you remember about, after you get into school that first year and you make some new friends? Did you go and spend the night at some friend's house?
We called it eating and sleeping.
At friends?
Oh, yes. Well, Esther Grant was my best friend, so I went to the Grantses a lot. I ate and slept there well.
Okay. Well, do you remember much about second grade?
Oh, second grade? Well, that first communion.
Oh, you remember first communion?
Oh, definitely. I was the most beautiful person in the whole wide world.
I'll bet you were.
Had a veil and a white dress.
Great. Well, do you remember when we were making our first communion how we used to have to practice?
Yes, I remember lots of practicing at St. Mary's.
Lots and lots of practicing with Sister there drilling us.
Lots. Yeah.
Good. Well, Marcia, let's relive for you and for all of our friends here tonight what it was like to have to practice for First Communion.
Okay, now let's just practice. When I make this noise, I want you to go down. Joseph! Let's try this one more time. You drive me, Joseph.
That when we were going to St. Mary's, most of the grades shared a classroom. Was that the same when you were in school?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Okay. Well, when we went from second grade into third grade, we made a few new friends because we were joining another group of kids.
Right.
Okay. And as we moved on, the classes got a little more difficult, didn't they?
They really got difficult for me.
Didn't they? What, Marcia, was your most difficult class?
Well, spelling first, then arithmetic.
Arithmetic. What a great word. Arithmetic.
I never did learn how to spell it.
Spelling, Marcia, number one class, Marcia.
That was my worst class.
Okay. Well, what we would like to do tonight for you, Martha, is is remind you about arithmetic class and how difficult it was remembering all those math problems. Okay. Okay, you ready for this? All right. Let's remember arithmetic class.
Doggy, why do we have to do this stuff?
I don't know, I hate math.
I like it.
Everything. Yeah, you sit by it.
No.
Two
and two are four. Four and four are eight. Eight and eight are 16. 16 are 32. 32 and 32 are two and
Talent. We do have a lot of talent here at St. Mary's. You haven't seen the best yet. Oh, it's going to be a treat. Marcia, I got kind of a personal question to ask you now. When did you first realize they were boys?
Well, you know, my mother always said I was born boy crazy, but that's a mother, you know. But I think around 4th grade I started getting serious about them.
Okay. Do you remember how they used to tease us?
Oh, they could really be mean. Not that I ever asked for any of the teasing.
Well, of course, us girls never did at that age.
Not me.
No. Mm-mm. Remember how they used to pull our hair?
Oh, and you know, and the pigtails and the inkwells, all that stuff. They did it.
Yeah. And snakes?
Snakes. I could even name names of some guys in the audience here that might have done minor things, but I won't.
Oh, well, we don't want to bring up any names here tonight, but we do want to relive for you, Marcia, what it was like, one more time, to have all those little boys tease us little girls. Let's remember that. Yeah, the innocent.
Mrs. Floyd, Frankie's picking on me. He's tying my shoes together so I fall on my face. And today at recess, he had a snake in the jar. He chased me all over the playground. And just now he's putting tacks on my seat. You'll scold him, won't you? Thank you, Mrs. Floyd.
Wasn't even better. Well, one thing that I really recall is being kind of nervous and kind of scared around report card time.
It was absolutely frightening because when I was in school, Father Shrooms would come and hand out report cards. And my spelling grades were never that good.
How was math?
Math was, you know, but spelling was the one he always gave me a hard time about.
Well, getting report cards was kind of scary, especially if you had some questionable grade.
And I always had a few.
Well, we have a special visitor with us tonight because we want to relive what it was like to have Father Schrems visit our classrooms and personally deliver our report cards.
Pardon me, sister. Well, I'm here today to give out report cards. Haven't been here in a while. So let's see how you've done. Our first report card, when I call your name, would you please stand up? Marcia Bunick.
Better stand up, Marcia.
Marcia Bunick? All A's. Let's see if you can do a little bit better next time. Next report card. David Couturier.
Better stand up out there, Dave.
David Couturier, are you here? Speak up, David. David, I see you've missed a few days of school. You been hunting again? David, let's leave them squirrels and rabbits alone and start cracking them books. Eunice Pop.
Eunice, you better stand up out
Eunice
there.
Pop, are you here? Eunice. Not doing too well in science, Eunice. I sure hope you don't decide to go into the medical profession. Our next card here, Michael Kurt.
Michael,
Michael Kurt.
you better stand up, Mike.
I can't hear you, Michael Kurt. Michael, I understand you like, and you do well in Boy Scouting. By the looks of these grades, you better start scouting for some better answers. Joan O'Brien.
Joni, you better stand up.
Joan O'Brien, are you here?
Yes, Father.
Very good. And then there's also a note here. It says you really learned how to multiply. Eugene Petrovsky.
Better stand up, Gene.
See, you've been tardy quite a bit, Gene. How many times do I got to come up and get you out of bed? Well, children, I'll tell you, by the looks of these report cards, you can use all the help you can get. So before I leave, bow your heads and I'll give you my list. May the love of Almighty God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, remain forever.
On him, punishment visit? It brought back many, many memories. Lots of memories. Well, Marcia, do you, when we were going on into, what was it, about 5th or 6th grade, do you remember having Mrs. Bessie in school? Oh, yes. Mrs. Bessie was my 6th grade teacher. 6th, 7th grade teacher. One of those. Maybe both. Okay, what do you remember about Mrs. Bessie? I remember music class with Mrs. Bessie. The year she was my teacher, we did all of the Wizard of Oz music. We learned all the words to it. It's fun today. I still know, the Wicked Witches did and all those. Did you have lots of sing-alongs when you were in Mrs. Bessie's? Yes. And Leelanau, End of Delight was one of them that she taught. Well, good, because we have a special treat for you tonight and for all of our friends. We would like to welcome Mrs. Cecilia Bessie, one of our former teachers, who's going to have for us a good old-fashioned sing-along. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mrs. Cecilia Bessie. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll open your programs tonight, we have a couple of pieces of music, and we're going to join Mrs. Bessie in a sing-along.
We're going to do Leelanau first. Remember the picnics we had at the springs, the sail in the moonlight, the Sunday night sings, the calm of the lake in the thundering How about the school? Cheer for St. Mary's High.
Thank you, Mrs. Bessie. Here, ladies and gentlemen, for Mrs. Shelley Bessie. Well, Marcia, that was fun, wasn't it?
It really was.
Bring back lots of memories?
Lots of fun memories.
Well, good. Marcia, what do you remember about your next year of school?
I forgot where we are.
Well, let me see. If we look at the script, it says we're about in 7th grade.
Well, right around there, someplace we're confirmed.
Okay. You remember much about confirmation?
I remember the fear of the bishop coming.
Well, why would you be afraid of the bishop coming?
He was going to slap us.
You mean slap our face?
And I really thought he was going to slap me, you know. And then it was just a friendly little tap.
Okay. Like First Communion, we had to practice a lot for confirmation, didn't we?
For confirmation, we also had to practice, and we had to know the answers to all these questions, in the fear that if we didn't know the right answer, if the bishop asked us a question and we gave him the wrong answer, he might not confirm us.
He might not slap your face. Okay, Marcia, for tonight, we'd like to relive confirmation, at least relive what it was like to practice and practice and practice for confirmation.
Sister says the bishop's going to slap our faces.
How hard do you think he's going to do it?
My sister says he does it kind of hard.
You know why? Because we're supposed to be soldiers of Christ, and we're supposed to be able to take the pain.
Yeah. But will it be this hard or this hard?
I don't know, but I ain't sticking around to find out.
Well, Marcia, we all got confirmed, though, didn't we? It didn't make any difference how hard we got slapped.
Bishop was one of the nicest people, and he wasn't at all frightening.
In spite of all the fear that we had.
Amen.
Well, Marcia, were you involved in sports at all?
Well, in my day, we didn't have girls' sports, but cheerleading, I was a cheerleader for 3 years for St. Mary's.
Good. I was a cheerleader, too, and I remember starting somewhere about 7th grade or so.
Oh, see, we didn't start until 9th grade in my day. A little bit older than that, you know.
You're a little bit older than me?
Just a little bit.
Okay. Well, Marcia, when you were a cheerleader, was it kind of exciting riding the bus to the games with all the basketball players?
It was a thrill of a lifetime, you know. All those big basketball players, all those hunks.
Do you remember how exciting it was, though, that first basketball game when we were dressed up in our little uniforms with our pom-poms and everything?
Very exciting. Sister Clarice, who was our principal at that time, measured our skirts to make sure they were 14 inches on the floor.
And let me ask you a question. Did you roll them up after she checked?
Once we got to the game
basketball. You know, nowadays they do have girls' sports, and those guys, they got to keep right up with those girls nowadays.
Pressure's on. I seen that trophy. Reminded me in my junior year, we cheerleaders won the trophy.
All right, St. Mary's got full cabinet trophies up there for all kinds of things.
Must go back and look at them all.
Oh, please do. Everybody here's invited back to see all those trophies we have. Well, Marcia, thinking in terms of our memories, when we graduated from 8th grade and got into high school, we were kind of big deals then. We were upperclassmen. Do you remember being an upperclassman?
Oh yeah, that was important. Upperclassmen.
Right. But you know, going into 9th grade, even though we were in high school, we were still the babies of the school and never really got up there and were accepted until we went through initiation. Did you folks have initiation?
Class of 61 did not have initiation. Oh, didn't happen that it was taken away.
59 got rough, right?
Yeah, I think maybe.
All right, anybody here from 59? We'll talk to you later. Well, we'd like to relive tonight, for those of us that had to go through initiation, just how horrible it was and how sometimes kind of mean and nasty those big deal seniors got. Okay, would you like to relive initiation?
I'd love to relive it.
All right, let's do that.
Freshman, you're mighty slow today. Take my books. More of this are gonna make us do.
Oh. How much more of this do we have to do?
Boy, didn't I tell you slime balls to call us ma'am?
How much more of this junk do we have to do, ma'am?
Say, we still have the rest of the day.
Yeah, there's the dance tonight. You are going to the dance.
No.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am. Yeah, I thought so. Let's go get some lunch.
I hope you like goldfish.
I can't wait till we're seniors.
What? He said we were really great seniors.
They really did make him eat goldfish. I wouldn't doubt it. I remember making us eat spaghetti, saying it was worms.
Oh.
Or grapes, or fish eyes.
See, when I went to high school, they weren't mean.
That's called senioritis.
Oh.
Marcia, when you made it to 10th grade, were you involved in Glee Club at all?
Oh, yes. Sister Michaeline was our Glee Club leader. And
All right, let's hear it for Sister Michaeline and Glee Club. When you were in Glee Club, did you have concerts where you traveled around to the other schools and performed with some of the other schools?
we'd travel around to other schools, and then at the end of the school year, we'd have I guess it was called like a sing-along, where all the high schools would come together, and we'd learn the same songs, and then we'd do them up in Traverse City, all of us together, and each school would perform individually, and then the whole group would do 2 or 3 songs together.
Okay, Margie Bauer Sawyer. Where's Margie Bauer? She receives one of the balloon decorations at the front door, along with a commemorative cup. Who is the youngest grad here tonight? The most recent grad? Chrissy, where is she? Right there. What class, Chrissy? 1987 grad, right here. She also receives a mug and a balloon bouquet. Now we have 2 special gifts. Would you just hand me those, Mary, the red and white? In view of the fact that this is the St. Mary's Centennial celebration, we have a couple of sesquicentennial gift boxes here of all Michigan products, and they're furnished courtesy of a brand new gift store in the county, owned by Marie Petrosky over in Suttons Bay. It's called The Perfect Touch, right next to the post office, folks. We're going to give one of these to the oldest grad, who we think is class of 1926, Mrs. Bussing. If anybody can beat that, then bring that right over to her, Mary, will you please? Miss Cecilia Bussing, class of 1926. All right, this next one's going to require a little work. We want to find out who came the farthest for this party tonight. California, speak up. We have a Californian. Anybody further away than California? Well, now I know we have two Californias here, so we have to determine which part of California. Marcy, where are you from in California? Southern California, isn't it? Southern California, and you're from where, ma'am? All right, which is further, folks? Southern? Southern has to be further. I'm sorry, Marcy gets the prize. Congratulations. Southern California, but two Californias. That's fantastic. All right, we're not trying to belabor a point, but we just want to give one more pair of acknowledgments here, because if you had any idea, and you will when you see all the program and the booklet and all the festivities and the program tonight and so forth, there are a couple of special mentions and a couple of gifts we want brought up. For both Sharon Fleece Hodek, sister, and for Mary Shaw for all their work, we have a little presentation for them. I can't see a thing. There you have it. And you have the flowers for them. Congratulations again. They deserve every bit of it. And now one more special mention. We have co-chairpersons of this whole event, not just the entertainment that these folks are involved in, or just not one or two booths, but the co-chairpersons of this whole event. And believe me, it's a monumental undertaking. If you can just imagine the Centennial book alone and the programs and getting this thing organized and all the doings on the grounds and so forth. It's just absolutely, I know that it's just, I've been around for those 3 years, and it's been 3 years in the planning at least, and maybe more. There are two people involved, Brenda Duchesne-Chernowski and Eunice Pop-Lingauer. Please stand. Eunice, please stand. Eunice Pop-Lingauer deserves just a whole world of credit. So does Brenda Chernowski. Fantastic work. Fantastic, man. Come on up here. Come on over here for a minute. Come on over here for a minute, girls. I said 3 years, Eunice. It's been at least that long, hasn't it? I know it's been 3 that I know of, and I certainly wasn't there all the while. So you girls deserve just a whole lot of credit, and you show a real spark for it and love for St. Mary's by doing all this work. And all of us, I know I speak for all of us, over 100 years, appreciate this very much. You've just done a terrific job. Thank you very much. All right, I hope this works out. At each table, there were postcards at your place setting similar to these. And on the back of one postcard at each table, there's a little teddy bear. Is that what it is? A little bunny or teddy bear, a picture or a stamp. And whoever has that bunny or teddy bear can have the centerpiece, the Centennial, the memento mug. But please don't take the napkin. The napkin belongs to Sugarloaf. You can take the mug and the balloons home with you as a little memento of this evening's entertainment and this evening's visit. We want to remind all of you, is it a paper napkin? Did somebody say it's a paper napkin? Come on. Let's hope not. Am I forgetting anything? Eunice and Mary, did we forget anything? Did we forget any announcements? I am reminded that I mentioned earlier that Sister Agnes Clare we taught was the only former principal. I understand Mr. Belanger is here tonight. Is that right? Where are you, Mr.? Right here. I apologize for that omission, Mr. Belanger. I was just not made aware of it. And unless I am remiss in anyone, is anyone else here who may be a former principal of St. Mary's in attendance other than Mr. Belanger or Sister Agnes Clare? Anyone else? If we missed you, we're very sorry. We want to again mention all the activities going on over the weekend. Tomorrow morning we have a parade at noon. There are booths on the grounds at St. Mary's. There's going to be an auction of 80 different items. There's a list, you'll be handed a list as you leave tonight of all the items on the auction. And the auction is for the benefit of the brand new kindergarten class. Can you imagine this? They're taking a brand new kindergarten class at St. Mary's this fall, which involves a whole lot of work by a whole lot of people also. So there's a approximately 4-hour auction of 80 items. If you see something on that list you'd like to own, please come in. It'll help the church and help the kindergarten class get started. There'll be food booths, there'll be entertainment. Tomorrow night, there's a mass at 5, I think. And then tomorrow night, there's a dance at 6 o'clock. The Strawberry Social is tomorrow, Sunday afternoon, a Strawberry Social. There's an open house Sunday about noon or so, and then a mass at 3 o'clock with the Bishop Rose from Gaylord is coming in for a special mass commemorating the 100 years and the Dominican nuns and their contribution to our 100-year success story. And then at 5 o'clock or thereabouts on Sunday afternoon, they will be releasing 100 helium-filled balloons, or more, but at least 100 helium-filled balloons signaling the end of the celebration. So there's a big weekend planned, and we thank you all very much for coming. You're welcome to stay and socialize, spend the evening reminiscing, doing whatever. And if we've missed any acknowledgments or any mentions, I apologize, and I can't help it. We tried to cover everything. Thank you very much for coming, everybody, and enjoy the rest of the evening. Thanks a lot.
I'd just like to say thank you to James. As in most of the people in this cast and everybody else, they got kind of volunteered, and they were all very gracious. I said, if you're related to me, you'll be in it. And they all did, and I want to thank him especially. And I'd like another round of applause for the cast. They're great.
I know the lights aren't on, but applaud. That's good enough. Yeah, right, liar. I want to see your ID, pal, right now. Okay, are we ready? I gotta make sure I'm ready.